The Chevrolet TrailBlazer is a mid-size sport utility vehicle produced by the Chevrolet division of American automaker General Motors. On November 10, 2011, General Motors officially revealed a second generation of the vehicle to be sold in international markets. It is unknown if it will be sold in North America. Blazer trim line. The TrailBlazer nameplate was introduced in 1999 as an upscale trim line of the Blazer. In 2002, the TrailBlazer turned into a separate model. Production of the Blazer overlapped with the TrailBlazer until 2005, when the two-door was sold at dealers while the four-door was fleet-only. First generation. The first generation 2002 to 2006 TrailBlazer is based on a truck platform called GMT 360, with all models having four-wheel drive as an option with both automatic engagement and the more traditional four-high and four-low gearings, except the SS model which features an all-wheel drive system. The TrailBlazer features an independent front suspension, and a 5-link rear suspension. A G80 locking rear differential is available as an option on all models except for the SS which has a G86 LSD standard. An LTZ version has upgraded interior features, better sound system, alloy wheels, four-wheel disc brakes. All TrailBlazers came factory-equipped with a detachable towing hitch. The TrailBlazer was facelifted for late 2005/early 2006. A new front fascia and interior trim were included with a refresh, but only apply to the upper-level LT models. The LS trim still has a similar front and rear fascia to the 02-05 models. The SS gets trim-specific front and rear fascias plus claw-matched side skirts. Engines. The TrailBlazer comes with a 273 HP 277 lb-AFT all-aluminum 4.2L Atlas LL8 inline-6 engine standard and an optional 302 HP 330 lb-AFT aluminum small block 5.3L V8 with active fuel management. The inline-6 makes the TrailBlazer the most powerful six-cylinder SUV in its class. The active fuel management system on the V8 engine shuts off 4 of the 8 cylinders during highway travel and idle to save fuel. The six-cylinder versions of the TrailBlazer get up to 20 miles per U.S. gallon highway, according to refreshed United States Environmental Protection Agency estimates. The TrailBlazer won the North American Truck of the Year award in 2002. The 4.2L i6 Atlas LL8 appeared on the Ward's 10 Best Engines list from 2002 2005 with innovative features such as DOHC, variable valve timing on the exhaust camshaft, and GM's patented lost phone casting process. 2002 2009 LL8 4.2L i6, 2003 2004 Lumina 4 5.3L V8. 2005 2009 LH6 5.3L V8, 2006 2009 LS2 6.0L V8, EXT. One unique element of the TrailBlazer line was the availability of a 3-row, 7-passenger EXT version. This vehicle was 16 in longer and had a higher roofline to allow easier access to the third row of seats. This roof was disguised by standard roof racks. Production of the EXT model was handled by the Oklahoma City assembly plant in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. The last TrailBlazer extension rolled off the assembly line on February 20, 2006, because GM had reportedly closed that plant, making 2006 the final year for the TrailBlazer extension. The extension could be identified by its much straighter rear doors, as well as by the circular, metal cap on each of the quarter windows where the opening mechanism attaches. SS. An SS model was introduced for the 2006 model year. This was the first time a production SUV wore the Super Sport badge. But this wasn't just a styling package. This TrailBlazer came standard with a 6.0L LS2 V8 that was the same engine that came standard in the 2005 to 2007 C6 Corvette, with different exhaust and a taller intake that better utilized the torque characteristics of the engine in this heavier vehicle. The suspension was stiffened up and lowered from the factory, it had an added air leveling system in the rear, and it rode on 20 inches wheels and fatter tires, all which contributed to much improved handling. All TrailBlazer SS's also came from the factory with 4.10 differentials, improving off-the-line acceleration. They were available in both 2WD and AWD configurations. About 7% of total TrailBlazer production had the before USS package. Safety: IIHS tests give early TrailBlazers a marginal overall rating in the frontal offset test, while 2005 and Euro 2009 models get an acceptable rating. For 2008 models, side curtain airbags became standard, but the TrailBlazer gets a marginal overall side impact rating regardless of airbag configuration. Torso-type side airbags were unavailable. 2007 National Highway Traffic Safety Administration crash test ratings: frontal driver, frontal passenger, side driver, side rear passenger, rollover 2WD, rollover 4WD, yearly American sales. Discontinuation: the next generation TrailBlazer was to be built on an upgraded version of the current GMT 360 platform called the GMT 361. It was scheduled to be launched in spring 2007, but in January 2006, GM decided to just refresh the current platform and call the vehicle a GMT 360NG. However, in June 2006, GM announced that the GMT 360NG program was also cancelled due to the large investment. GM decided to keep the current TrailBlazer until the 2009 model year. Buick instead got the Enclave, a Ram Lambda platform-based crossover SUV, to replace the Rainier, while GMC got the GM Lambda platform-based crossover SUV Acadia to replace the Envoy. Also, Saab will replace the 9-7X with the 9-4X. The TrailBlazer, along with the Chevrolet Uplander minivan, were replaced by the Chevrolet Traverse. GM had closed the Moraine plant on December 23, 2008, ending production of all GMT 360 products. The last Chevrolet TrailBlazer rolled off the Moraine line on December 16, 2008, a week before the plant's closure. The closing of the last factory that manufactured the trucks was the subject of a 2009 HBO documentary, The Last Truck, Closing of a Ram Plant. Recall: General Motors and Isuzu are recalling more than 258,000 SUVs in the US and Canada to fix short circuits in power window and door lock switches that can cause fires. The recall covers Chevrolet TrailBlazer, GMC Envoy, Buick Rainier, Isuzu Ascender and Saab 9-7X SUVs from the 2006 and 2007 model years. The SUVs were sold or registered in 20 U.S. states, Washington, D.C., and Canada, where salt and other chemicals are used to clear roads in the winter. Second generation. The second-generation TrailBlazer was unveiled as a concept at the 2011 Dubai Motor Show, and as a production model at the Bangkok Motor Show on March 21, 2012. The TrailBlazer returns to the roots of General Motors' classic body-on-frame SUVs that the first-generation TrailBlazer abandoned. As is the case with the original Chevrolet Blazer, Tahoe, Suburban, S10-based Blazer, the TrailBlazer will be based on a pickup truck chassis, in this case the 2012 Chevrolet Colorado. This TrailBlazer is built in Thailand and in Brazil as well. A report in Edmunds noted while the TrailBlazer is not currently planned in the North American market, plans are being made for the truck to debut in 2014 when the U.S. market Colorado is unveiled, with the vehicles both being built in Wentzville, Missouri. Both the Colorado and TrailBlazer will feature a different front-end design based on Chevrolet Silverado, to give the North American market trucks a closer feel to their larger truck counterparts. The TrailBlazer is currently being sold in some of the Southeast Asian countries, South Africa, Saudi Arabia, and is sold in Australia as the Holden Colorado 7 from 2013. The 2013 Isuzu Mu7 also resembles the second-generation Chevrolet TrailBlazer. Holden Colorado 7, launched in late 2012. The Holden Colorado 7 is based on the same underpinnings as the regular Colorado, however bodywork from the A-pillar back is entirely different. Instead, the Colorado 7 takes on the form of a large SUV with an enclosed roof, tailgate and 7 seats. The Colorado 7 is powered by the same VM motor, a 2.8L turbo diesel engine, and unlike the Colorado, the rear suspension is a 5-link system connected to coil springs but retains the live axle. The range consists of 2 trim levels, LT and LTZ. Standard equipment for all Colorado 7s includes cruise control, body-colored bumpers, side steps, front fog lights, aluminum roof rails, rear parking sensors, Bluetooth phone connectivity, USB input, roof-mounted climate control vents for second and third rows and a leather-wrapped steering wheel with multifunction controls. The LTZ adds 18-inch wheels, projector headlights, exterior chrome highlights, leather seats, a premium sound system, a 6-way adjustable driver, a Euro 1 registered trademark S seat, higher-grade interior trim elements and LED tail lights. Chevrolet has discussed reintroducing the Colorado 7 as the Chevrolet TrailBlazer, which is already on sale in other markets globally into the North American market, though no definite plans have been made, and it has not yet been formally announced. Engines. The 2012 TrailBlazer comes with 2 engine options, both diesel, one featuring a Duramax 2.5L, 150 HP 350 Nm standard, and an optional Duramax 2.8L, 180 HP 470 Nm. For the Brazilian, South African and Saudi markets, a 3.6 V6 24V petrol engine producing 239 HP 360 Nm is also available. The 2014 second-generation, MY14 Duramax 2.8L diesel engines have several new parts, namely a new water-cooled variable geometry turbocharger, a new high-pressure common rail fuel delivery system, a new exhaust gas recirculation system, a new intake manifold, a new cylinder head, a new cylinder block, a new balance shaft unit and a new engine control module, and now produce 200 HP and 500 Nm of torque. References. External links: Chevrolet.com's official TrailBlazer site, 2002 to 2009 Chevrolet TrailBlazer, overview, Chevrolet Thai's official TrailBlazer site, Nation, Chevrolet TrailBlazer and GMC Envoy Help Resource site, Chevrolet TrailBlazer Thailand.